everyone, and welcome to the shady part of the garden. The shade garden, or like we like to call it, our little secret garden. I think every single garden should have, or at least ours should have, a secret garden, which is a special little place, or a path, or both. And that's what this is. A few days ago, we went ahead and finished and completed the path here, which is made out of stones. One of our last videos, Ambrose showed how he built the pergola here. And after that, we didn't come around anymore to show you what's been going on. So everything in here has fleshed out, gotten bigger, is putting on more flowers. It's changed quite a bit. We've even had some baby birds happening here. It's just been an amazing fun time on this side of the garden. And we took a while because it's summer and there's a lot of summer fun things to do. We have the kids home for summer break and we've just been having a lot of fun. But we also take our little breaks to come out here and do some gardening. So I could have done this early in the morning or waited till later in the evening while the temperatures, are a little bit cooler. We are in the 90s and 50 right now percent of humidity here in San Antonio, Texas. It gets really hot. The sun is nothing like you would think in other places, like up north. It's really it can come to a very extreme where it just burns a lot of the plants, and that's why we needed this right here. Let me show you first how much protection this pergola is actually giving to this garden. I'm gonna move over here so Ambrose can make his way out. And there you see, full blown. Right now it's like around 2. It's hot. The sun's really, really shining. Let me move out of the way. We're still not finished, so you're not gonna see a complete garden in there. Most of the garden right now is not finished. It's a new garden that we're creating. So we're working by little bits here and there, and soon we'll show you the rest of the garden, what else we've done. But I'm really excited about this area right here. So I'm gonna ask Ambrose, where do you wanna, from here, going back? Yep. So about 2 days ago, I finally got to finish the path. I had not come out here really to show y'all anything because I wanted the path to at least be finished. I had been inspired many years ago by a beautiful garden that had a pathway made out of stones. And I wanted that. For so long, I wanted to have something like this. And I'm very happy with the outcome. I really love it. Like I said, it's not done. We're probably going to go ahead and I'm planning on putting some green cover on the bottom, something in green, plant something in there in green. But for now, it's fine. We have a lot of different kind of plants here growing right now. I know one of the biggest questions is hydrangeas. The hydrangeas are in bloom right now. The panicle hydrangeas. Ambrose is right there. That's a panicle hydrangea. It's called a limelight. And we have 3 of those. A lot of these plants are plants that we brought along with us. We've had quite a bit. That's probably 8 to 9, going to 9 years by now. We have 3 of them, and we actually got those. Ambrose brought it. North Carolina, we were stationed there. What was it, Camp Lejeune? We're in Camp Lejeune and we had our little grocery store, the PX there, and they had those. And one day, here comes Ambrose with these 3 beauties. I was so happy for them, and we still got them since then. They've been in North Carolina, we've had them in Virginia, and then now we're here in San Antonio, and I was kind of worried that these kind of plants were not gonna make it. But panicle hydrangea is one of those hydrangeas that can take a good amount of sun. The only thing is that here in very hot climates, like in San Antonio Garden Zone 8/9, I'll explain why in a little bit, they do need shade. The rule is, guys, They like 4 to 6 hours of sun, and we'll get more into it later. But in very hot climates like here, even if you are on the north side of your yard, they need shade. They cannot take after 10 or 11 the sun anymore. Afterwards, they can in the late afternoon or dapple light. Here we got dapple light going on the whole day, and that's the reason why I started with hydrangeas. Hydrangeas, like I said, don't like the very intense hot sun, the hottest time of day. So that's too hot for them here in this zone. So I have a few different kind of hydrangeas. I have not planted in the ground, and these are microphylla hydrangeas because I'm trying them out and I left them in their containers. So these are flowers from spring. As you can see, they're aging. I need to cut them off. This is some microphylla hydrangea, but very happy with the light it's getting now. As y'all can see up there, it's that right there up the roof, the ceiling, or what is it? The fence. The lattice. Fence lattice is helping break up the light and soften the light. So it's getting sun, but it's not burning them, and it's actually putting on new flowers now. So in the beginning, when we didn't have anything here, I have also oak leaf hydrangeas. The oak leaf hydrangeas got burned really like bad, you could tell. You can see the crunch. They didn't have any protection. It was just full-blown sun. A little bit there, they wanted to start coming out. We had to cut those back too, because some of the old growth had already died off. I need to make a lot of videos for you guys because I'm also learning still with time, many years of growing these beauties, but every time you learn something new. We have another oak leaf back there. The flower's starting to crunch a little bit. This one here usually lasts me a good while, but the sun was very intense this spring. And we have hostas around too. There's a hosta here. This one almost got burned on us, but thank goodness it's in a pot. We were able to move it, put it in the center around that time when it got really, we're hitting what, triple digit?
Yes.
Digit temperatures here in mid-spring, I'm gonna say. It was pretty early for that. That's usually August here. And we had umbrellas, we had all this crazy stuff. I think y'all saw that video. If y'all didn't go and check it out, we had this whole thing going on with umbrellas to be able to bring in more protection. So some of the plants did get scorched. Some of my hosta did burn down, didn't have protection right here. Like I said, it's not done. You can see the poor hosta right here. It'll come back, it's alive. So if you have hostas like that and it's because of the sun, don't worry about it. They'll come back the next season. Then we have another one right there in the ground. That's a panicle hydrangea. That is, I know Ambrose knows that one.
Firelight.
Firelight. So firelight's in the ground. And a lot of times we think that when hydrangeas have this yellow leaf, it can be that the soil doesn't have enough nutrients, you need to amend it. We amended all this. That is not the problem here. What happened is that this needed more protection from the intense light. That's why Ambrose also put a lattice right here on the side to break up the sun from coming. It's still going to give it light, but guess what happens if it burns? A lot of the leaves and the growth burns and crunches. So then it won't put on its flowers. And that's what happened to me last year when we had it planted, and this year again. And I had it covered with cloth, but it didn't work out. Here it is, one where just one that actually made it. It could actually give me more towards close to fall, because I had that happen to me last year. What else do we have here that I can show you? We have, these are called the fairy tale hydrangeas. Beautiful new hydrangea we brought in, we added into our garden. This is very much like the microphylla hydrangea. You don't cut them back. They grow on old wood, just leave it alone. You can trim them back if you want to, but right after they're done flowering. I read that they bloom around springtime, but it's it's not as, full of flowers like it was when we first got it. We have 2 of them, but they have continued to bloom for us. So there's new ones there. And we had baby birds actually in here. There's a nest. I don't know if you want to show them. Let them know what happened there. There's a nest. They're done. They left. They flew away, but we had a very overprotective mama in there. And that's why we couldn't come in here that much either. So yeah, they've been giving more flowers. So this one is a Fairy Trail Bright, and that one over there as well. And they love this kind of lighting as well. That's how I know they're very happy, because they're giving new flowers. What else did I go ahead and plant here? There's a lot of more hosta over here on this side. This is my wee hostas. And right now it's a little bit warm. So you're gonna see some of the plants, like the elephant ears around this time, when it starts getting warm, they can feel it. They start to like open up, fan out. And I was going to do this early in the morning or wait later on, but I told me and Ambrose, we were talking and we came to an agreement to go ahead and show it now. The sun was out really strong, so everyone can see the difference, how much shade is actually providing, but at the same time there is light coming in, which is very important. Plants, no matter what, need some type of light. These are new additions to the garden too this year. Being here in San Antonio, one of the biggest things that I love growing, I remember from my parents' garden or family garden, was the different variety of elephant ears you can grow. This one right here is called Pharaoh's Mask. And you can tell why. Look at that. How gorgeous is this? I have not planted in the ground yet. It might go in here. I would rather have it in the ground because I think it'll just, the leaves will get bigger. What else can I show you? There's another panicle hydrangea right here. That's a more compact size one. And we planted caladiums. My daughters went ahead and planted caladiums around springtime, and I always want to call them geraniums. They're not geraniums. What are these called? Begonias. There we go, the begonias. They planted that, and they helped me plant some grass that they wanted in here. This guy here that we brought with us from past gardens, that's a black lace elderberry. And I moved it. It was getting way too much sun in another area behind Ambrose, and I went ahead and moved it in here, and it's actually started to fill out. I also brought over here what this is Pepper's grass. The variety is little
Prince Tut?
No, Prince Tut is bigger. That's a baby tut.
Oh, baby tut.
Baby tut. So I'm still working out what I'm gonna do. I know I'm probably gonna put it somewhere over here. I have ideas. But we're kind of mingling and mixing in plants that we brought with us, and also that we've been growing in other parts of, we've lived in so many other areas we brought along with us. But then we got back home here to San Antonio, and I've been very inspired. We've been going out and just seeing everything, all the beautiful gardens and plants that grow here, and I'm very inspired to go ahead and add more into this garden. We have more elephant ears here. We got more, what are these called? The hosta. And then that's another elephant ear here, which I don't know the name to this one. I forget it. Redemption. How beautiful is this? And as y'all can see, I have some of the cloth there that we were using for some of the hostas, because it was getting really, really hot in here without the pergola. And then this right here is a Sabrina, I think that's what it's called, a Sabrina elephant ear, alocasia. And it was a lot bigger, and it had a lot more, a lot more leaves, but it was just too hot in here. And now that we have protection, it's coming back. I have heuchera that I planted there when we first got here. I don't know how that's making it. It likes it here. It's sometimes finicky for me, but it likes it here. It's been okay. I kind of messed with that one when we were putting in the stones, but it's still there. And then we have one here. There's a mess on this side. That one was almost a goner. And then I had other little things coming around and kind of biting on them, slugs. So I had to sprinkle some of that, what is it, like a sluggo stuff, so they stop chewing on it, because I have a very pretty hosta. I think it's called America. It was a new variety like two years ago, maybe, Miss America. And every time they chew it down, they love it so much. So I'll show y'all right now when we go back over there. There's just like a few leaves, but I sprinkled it in there. We've just been so busy, I didn't keep up with it. And then we have this right here, which is a philodendron. I've been thinking of putting it in the ground. A lot of these plants do well here. They will come back. I can leave them out in winter time. So that's why it's so great. So let's talk about the zone. Let's see, over here where it's not too sunny. So I say 8/9 San Antonio, because around winter time, it's a very short winter. We have maybe about 2 months that it gets cold at the end of winter, and we do get freezing temperatures. Those freezing temperatures probably last for a few, I'm gonna say two weeks, 3 max, but they do cause some damage and they can kill off a lot of plants. And then you got the extreme in August and summer, where you're like hitting triple digits, which seems sometimes, we've lived in a zone 10 as well, so we know what that feels like. And sometimes I don't even feel like it's a 9. I feel like we're at a 10 in full-blown summer, like in August. It just depends, but it can be from one extreme to the other. This year we've had a really nice, I think we've had a very good year. We've had rain. I know there was a very big drought while we were gone. We were gone for 20 years, and everybody told us that it was really hot and dry here in Texas, and a lot of parts of Texas, especially the south parts. We've got a lot of rain, needed rain here, but we are cautious with water and how we use the water. It's very important to be able to know how to preserve water, how to use it. We do have drip system. We save a lot of water here. We have vessels, large vessels of water that we collect rainwater with, and we reuse here in the garden. And we try to use, like, these are in containers still, and we make sure to use big pots, because if you use big pots, you do not have to be watering all the time. You have a lot of shade here, so that can last about maybe 1 or 2 days without getting watered, because it's nice and moist. Also, the type of potting soil that you use matters a lot. Like I always say, we use all the Espoma organic products because they're actually good, and the soil, the potting mix retains good moisture, but it also drains well. And that's what I've used always in our garden, and it helps. And the fertilizing, guys, we do fertilizing so the plants can have that good strength to pull off through the whole year, like right now that it's starting to get hot. I don't know if Ambrose wants to talk about more about what we got to do. So this area right here, not looking pretty. We still have a lot to do here. I have plans, and I saw a lot of pretty things on the trips that we made this few weeks, and I fell in love with a lot of things, and I think I'm going to go ahead and do a little something here. I do have a palm tree here, a few other beautiful tropical plants, and I can't wait to go ahead and start working on this area, but little by little, slowly. I always tell everybody, take your time. You're not in a rush. Do what you can. I think we're gonna, we ended here. You have any questions, go ahead and ask us about the plants. I know I'm trying not to make it too long, but I just don't want to miss on things that you guys have been asking. We are going to be making more videos and show we've been working a lot in the garden, but Go ahead and leave your questions. We'll come back and make videos. I'll try to bring you along more while we're planting more of the area here and other parts of the garden. It's very hot. I'm gonna go get a drink of water. I can feel the humidity just rising. But we're very happy with what we've done. I wanted this area kind of perfect, and I didn't know when to show it exactly. And I thought to myself, let's just go ahead and show it already. It's never going to be perfect. It's a work in progress. I'm happy with it and I love it. And I hope that this can inspire others out there to see that you can have something very beautiful. What you dream of, you can make it come true. I'll leave y'all here and have a good day. See you later. Bye.